Chart looks like the coastline after the storm erased the lines. We've been measuring tomorrow with broken rulers made of hope. Every candle burns a question, every answer turns to smoke. The horizon hasn't moved, maybe we're closer than the water wants us to believe. Can we get some relief? Just enough wind to fill the sails. Not forever, just enough to remember what forward feels like. Of strength. We learn the language of the undertow, how panic echoes when it's underwater. Even silence has momentum when everybody's looking downward. Still the moon keeps pulling tides without announcing what comes next. Maybe patience isn't waiting, maybe patience is the current itself. This is only a borrowed sunrise, we'll borrow every color. If this is only a passing current, we'll ride it anyway. Because motion is still motion. So we keep riding.
On LBC, I put on LBC. Yeah, I put on LBC, over LBC. I put on LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the way we ride. I've been grinding through the night while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Way hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for joining me. I do greatly appreciate it. It is Sunday, June 28th, the last Sunday of the month, 2026, 10:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How was your weekend? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Last few days of June, what do we have in store for July? Give a little bit of a macro look like we do on Sundays, and then we'll go from there. But before I get into it, I gotta say good evening to the chat, and the only person that has chatted so far is the one and only Alexandra G, Mod Queen, Mod Boss, Mod God. Thank you for being here. Thank you for pinning the Discord link in the chat. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I'm being more active and plan on being even more active. Now, the question of the night, of the moment, is, can we get a bounce? Can we get some relief? We need relief. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't deserve it. Do we deserve relief? That is the question. Let's get over into the charts. All right, so we have swept the bottom of our current range. The question is, are we going to get a bounce before we get more downside? Or are we going to get some downside and then a bounce? What shall it be? I don't know. What I do know is these wicks are ugly, and I don't like those. I don't like ugly wicks. No one likes an ugly wick. But I would say momentum is still currently to the downside. Overall, lower is still my overall sentiment, my overall thoughts. And I do think that if we get another bounce, or get a bounce, that it will be just that, just a bounce, and then we roll over. Now, we have some time before we get into our potential bottom zone, actual bottom, which should be October 26th. Could be. Not should be. Could be October 26th. Why? Well, because the last two bear markets, from bear market low to bear market low, was exactly 1,435 days. From the 2018 low to the 2022 low. Before that, I guess it was 2016 to the 2018 lows. Bear market bottoms were exactly 1,000 435 days apart. And if we go from the last bear market bottom and count out to 1,435 days, we get October 26th, 2026. So we're close-ish. So the question of the night is, can we get a bounce? And how high would that bounce go? Can it look something like, will it look something like this? I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. But this is kind of what I'm thinking. So we either get this, in my opinion, we either get this, or we fall, bearish backtest, and continue to fall until we get to our bear market bottom. And it's just a slow bleed. You can get many different variations, but the point remains the same. The sentiment remains the same. I think we do get one more low at minimum. One more low minimum. I don't think this is going to be the low. So bounce, come down, maybe bounce again, come up, come down. Could be any of those, but I still think regardless, it's going to be one more low. Now I could see this. Get a bounce back up to 70-ish K, maybe 69 for the lulls, 69 for 20 or something, and then roll over. And game over, man. Game over, man. Roll over or push up, maybe, yeah, like I said, around $70,000, 70 to 71,000. Do have a little bit of an imbalance over here, so yeah, that's exactly where I would expect a rejection. How soon the bounce comes is the next question. Do we need one more flush, like I said earlier, before we start to get the relief bounce? Or do we just continue to roll over? It's going to be the trillion, million, billion dollar question. Now, we did on the weekly get back-to-back weekly SFPs. The weekly SFPs have been pretty strong reversals. Very strong reversals, actually. We're getting one back-to-back. So we got one here, and then another one here. That's not back-to-back. Not back-to-back, technically. How are the macro fibs not locked? That's insane. Look at this. Back-to-back-to-back-to-back SFPs. Weekly SFPs. Back-to-back. You definitely want the SFP to be a bullish candle. You don't want it to be another bearish candle, in my opinion. We want it to be bullish. We want to be a bullish SFP. And yeah, so there's a potential right now for a weekly bull div in here. Technically, just closed this low, but now we need a bounce. We need a bounce this week. This week we need a bounce in order for us to potentially go all the way up here. And the bounce needs to be, we need to close the week more than above the 50% mark of this candle, of last week's candle. I would prefer if it was like a bullish engulfing. If we got a bullish engulfing, then we could have another move up like this before ultimately another move down like this. If we don't, I think the odds are within the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even this week, we find our temporary low. Now, July can be bullish. Sometimes, I think a majority of the time, July is bullish. I did find at least 3 Julys that were red. It also seems to be a somewhat volatile month for some reason, except for like one year. It was like just a tiny candle. But July is it's that month where there's probably not too much going on, but it is the Trump presidency still, so anything can happen. We are still at war, technically. We are still blowing stuff up again in Iran. Oil did not push higher. Thankfully, we're now at $70 a barrel. $70 a barrel. Where's, like, right here? This is so the weekend happened right here, and then boom, that's the start of the war right there. So we are back essentially to pre-war oil prices. Back to pre-war oil prices. We do have a weekly order block sitting right here at $66.89 a barrel. We got the breakout. We've come back into the range that we were in prior to the breakout. We've got equal lows over here. Wave Cypher gang, what up, Wave Riders? How you doing? Appreciate you, Wave Cypher, for sending the good people over. The Otta gang. Ride the waves, baby. Let's go. So yeah, bullish. Is this a bullish backtest? Is this a breakout from here, right? Breakout, backtest, continuation? I hope not. I am tired of high gas prices. I don't know about you guys, but I am tired of high gas prices. Now, what I could see is a bounce here, come back up, and then hopefully roll over. But $50 a barrel? Maybe optimistic. But maybe it'll actually chill out where it's supposed to be, which is more in the $55 to $60 range. 55, 65, somewhere in there. So that would be cool. I need these markets to get back to normal. The Dixie, though, is up to 101.35, getting a push already to start the week. Maybe. Okay, the weekly candles threw me off. That's kind of weird. Oh, I couldn't see it because of the doodle. Get out the way, doodle. All right, yeah. Starting off the week doing nothing. Actually, very flat. So you see the general idea here. We did get the breakout. We'll see if it continues to push higher and then get a back test. And then there's October 26th. Right there. Either come up to the 50 at 105.15. Got the bottom side of this order block at 106.17 and up here 107.60. So, and that just coincides with more bear market action. You know what I mean? Dixie moving up, dollar moving, or Bitcoin moving down. Moving on. Where's me LBC? Stablecoin dominance continuing to push higher. This is all the stablecoins in the market. 15.47 percentile. Would be nice if you would just roll over, but not looking like it, guys. It's not looking like it. So going back to Bitcoin, there's a good chance. Well, let's go to the lower time frames. Take a look. See. Bearish or bullish back test. Nice cupping action going on in here. Cup, 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 cup. That's what I want to see. Please click that like button. Yes, thank you, Alexander G. Nobody's talking. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto. We ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. And we are transparent and honest. I shared a post in the Otter Gang Discord about my last weeks of trading, my last week, 2 weeks of trading. But last week in particular, I had a win rate. I took 9 trades total. That's it. I lost 7 and I won 2. That's a 22% win rate. I was not only profitable, but I also increased my overall account by about 5%. Risk management, baby. That's why we do risk management. And let the winners be winners. The week prior, I had a 54% win rate. Much better. And increased the account by 7%. So, back-to-back solid weeks, even with a poor win rate of essentially 1 in 5, I still came out on top. And that is the power of risk management, proper risk management. When you can have a 22% win rate and still be profitable, you're on your way. You're on your way. Thank you, Alexander G. I do appreciate that. It's been hard, man. It's been hard getting to that point for me. I all too often used to let my emotions essentially get the better of me. And so now anytime I even think to myself, should I take profit? Should I take profit here? Should I just, I mean, it looks good, but you know, and you start questioning it, just take a little off the table. That alone has helped me so much because I could take half off, cover my fees, and get a little bit of profit locked in, and then see what the other 50% does. Instead of holding it all the way back down to your stop loss, which I used to do frequently. Now you've taken profit. You've gotten some profit, and you're taking care of your fees. So it's a risk-free trade. I keep my stop where it is until it needs to be moved, which is after you change market structure. And then, it psychologically, for me, this is why it helped me. For me, psychologically, it allows me to hold on to positions longer. And the ones that hit, that continue to go, those were my 2 winners. Those are the ones that continued to go. And they went to full take profit. And those 2 trades made me profitable on the week because I'm only risking 1% per trade. That's it. And I had an average of 3.3 R. 3.3 to 1 reward to risk. So my winners outdid my losers 3 to 1. That's what it's all about. NASDAQ started off the week with a little bit of a push, but looks like it might be pulling back. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, we are at an order block with a lot of buyers in it, which means what? Do we want to trap them? Do we want to trap these buyers? Do we want to go against them and then rip to the upside? There's potential there. We do have a general move to the upside. Wrong arrow. Don't need to use that one. General push to the upside here on our RSI. Price is moving to the downside. Well, I should say the support is moving to the downside. Support moving to the upside generally. You can see its upwards movement. Same with our momentum on our prime oscillator. A little bit here. Overall, still technically up. But yeah, generally just pushing to the upside. So potential bullish divergence here is what I'm getting at. However, that might be short-lived. Not sure. We are chilling here at this POC. Let's zoom out and see where this POC is, what it is. I think it's taken in from this low. Yeah, taking it from this low, taking in all of this. So we're sitting right there at that POC, point of control. This is where most of the volume within that range that I pulled has occurred. Now, what I haven't done is stretch this out to current time, which I should do. See, yeah, so we're still sitting on that point of control. Holding that, trying to hold that as support. I think we could see a bounce. Maybe that gives us our bounce in Bitcoin. We do have equal highs up here. For me, it's a matter of when, not if. But I could see the potential ABC here. And then a continuation to the upside. Maybe. Let's bring up Market Oracle. When I'm doing high time frame stuff, I really like the chart prime indicators just for like quick analysis. I don't really use a lot of indicators too much in my scalping, in my day trading, but I will for my high time frame stuff. So we're sitting below the 4 hour dynamic reactor. Let's go to the daily. That indicates weakness. Sitting well above the daily dynamic reactor. Let's go to the weekly. Guys are quiet. Let's go to the weekly. Is everyone watching the football? AKA soccer. Don't get mad. That's what we call it. Don't get mad, get glad. Capiche? Capisce? Calabrone? Jabroni? Just over here talking smack. Smack talking. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe down. Money flow is pushing down. True 7 still above zero line. Momentum shifting, has shifted to the downside. I wonder if we can get a bounce. Here's the October 27 or 26. Now, historically, Bitcoin and the NASDAQ, then Bitcoin, then NASDAQ. Sometimes Bitcoin bottoms before the NASDAQ. Sometimes the NASDAQ bottoms before Bitcoin. After corrections. So it kind of doesn't really matter, but they usually do bottom around the same time, typically within a couple of weeks of each other. So we could see NASDAQ bottom here and Bitcoin bottom here, or Bitcoin bottom here and then NASDAQ bottom a couple weeks later. Like, unless it's like a black swan, like COVID, where they happen to everything kind of, crash at the same time. Usually they're within a week or two apart. We'll see. I'm not watching football. You're not? Oh, well, no, you're watching me. But yeah, we get the breakout. We'll see if we get the back test of the breakout. There's the high. There's the top side. And then get a continuation. Except more like this. Be kind of wild. Harpski, what's going on, Harp? How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here. Mad love and respect. Happy days. And of course, we have our wonderful levels down here. Now, I don't know what's going on with this fib. Ah, 786. Could we come down to the mid-range of this? Potentially. The weekly order block. Where was that weekly dynamic reactor? We gotta be well above that. Yeah, all the way down here. Man, you hit that weekly dynamic reactor on NASDAQ, man. It's time to start buying. Bang, bang, bang. That is kind of crazy. That weekly dynamic reactor is something else. Then the question becomes, when do I take profit? On your way up, I don't know, you just keep buying, apparently. You know when you take profit? The first year of a presidential term. That whole year, it's just DCA out of the market. And then halfway through the midterm year, about this time of year, starts DCA back in. I don't know. Just a thought. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. I am here for your educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm also not a teacher. I just play one on TV. My mom said when I was little, she said I should grow up and be a lawyer because I was really good at arguing. I still am. That's a weekly bear div. Short term. The second one, I think it was something to do with computers. It was for sure computers because, internet had come out, and because that's how old I am and all that. And she got really big into the computers and, even went to school for it and stuff. But and then one of the last ones she said was, you should be a teacher. I was like, I don't want to deal with those little butt heads. Sorry. I don't want to be the reason why teachers can't have guns. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not just kidding about that. I really don't want to be that reason. I also just think that teachers probably shouldn't have guns because of that reason. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, I didn't realize. I never thought about it. For some reason, I just never really thought about it. But when I worked at a liquor store and I started asking some of these people what they do for work, there's a lot of them that said they're teachers. And I would see these ladies buying mags, which is basically a half gallon, but you know, the big bottle of wine. Sometimes what is it? Is it a 5 gallon? Is it 5 gallon? 5 quarts? I can't remember. But the big box wine. And be back a couple days later. They come 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm just like, I mean, I get it. But also at the same time, this is why we can't give you guns. This is why you can't have guns in school. Because all it takes is one teacher to just be like super hungover and just tired of the BS. And they just pull the gun out. Yeah. Probably not a good idea. I don't know. I know it's a touchy subject, but I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about teachers having guns around my kids. Continuation down, bounce. Like I've been saying, I think we are in the bottoming formation for Bitcoin. How low we go is the only question that I have left. What I do know, and what everybody should understand, is that the more we see certain numbers, the less likely those numbers are to come to fruition. Right now, the predominant number is $40,000. I see that one more than anything. We have a couple of outliers, people saying 30, 27, some even saying 17 in the teens. I don't think we get that low, but crazier things have happened. But the consensus appears to be, even Kalshi put it out in their prediction market, that 40K seems to be the consensus. So I don't think we'll get there. I don't think we'll get to 40K. I think it'll be front run because everyone expects it. And that's kind of how price works. If you got a bunch of people piling in at 40, where are you at? Right, yeah, 786. If you have a bunch of people piling in here at 40, you're not likely to get there. It's going to, you're going to lift price up because so many people are trying to get in at the same spot. And people are going to be like, oh, you know, sellers, they're going to be like, oh, all of y'all are down here. Here, come chase price. Chase price. Come to me. CME at 9K, right? Who cares? Who cares about some CME gap? Not all CME gaps are created equal. Ride the mother loving wave. I'm pregnant with David's baby. JR, that's weird, bro. Just kidding. He is, though. So, y'all watch out. Don't tell my wife. Don't tell her JR is pregnant. I got another man pregnant. I'm sorry, babe. $9,000. Is it on the daily? There's one right here at 11. Here, 9.5. That's where we're going, guys. Because just because there's a CME gap there, we're gonna go to it. We're gonna go to it. That's just how it goes. Everyone knows this. All the way down there. Now, what I what I don't like, but it's a little different when it comes to like actual like cycles and stuff. But sometimes, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, there's a chance. And we are entering back within this range. How crazy would that be? Or what if it was this instead? What if it was down, down, retrace, rollover, and it's just over. It's all over from there. No more Bitcoin. It's over. Don't be jealous, Harp. I don't know. I just seem to remember hearing 9. Whatever. What? That is weird. Harpski, whatever. LMAO. I'm weird. I don't know. I just remember hearing 9. Yeah. Well, that's it. I found it for you. All the way down here. 9,000 doll hairs. Let's just take in all VWAP. And look at that. There just so happens to be a point of control there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And we're back within the value area. Uh-oh. How crazy would that be? The catalyst. What is the catalyst? Oh, all these Bitcoin treasuries collapsing. Michael Saylor having to sell. Don't say it can't happen. Anything can happen. I just find that very unlikely. Highly unlikely. But who knows? Maybe that's how the OGs want it. Maybe they want to get Sailor out. Or maybe some other entity. Some entity wants to get him out. No, dog, you can't have all this Bitcoin, man. We got to get you out. We're trying to spread it. Trying to spread the wealth. So 6 month. We're about to close a 6 month candle. We've only gone 3 consecutive down. We've only had 3 consecutive down 6 month candles. One time. One time. The past 2 bear markets were just 2 6 month candles. Bearish candles. And 1 month or 1 6 month candle here. Let's go to the 3. Biddy? Quantum incoming? No. Could it be quantum? No. They're going to upgrade. They're going to upgrade Bitcoin, and that is what's going to send the price down because they got to get it upgraded in order to fight quantum computing. There's a chance we come down to here. This is pretty decent looking supply. That's 32. 31,669. 886 maybe? Yeah, we got 886 right in the middle of that. I still don't see that happening though. Anything can happen though. But this does look like a continuation candle. But this is a 3 month. Which would make sense if for the next 3 months. Let's go to the 6 month. For the next 3 months, we open up the 6 month moving to the downside. Sweeping the previous 6 month low. And then pushing back to the upside. Do we have a... We do. See, before this year even started... As soon as last year ended, I said, I think we're going to come back down. This yearly candle is a bearish candle. Well, it's really an indecision candle, but it's bearish. But we created an FEG after a breakout on the yearly. So the breakout created an FEG. So we should get into the FEG is what I said, and then we should push away from it after. So that is entirely what I expect, and it just so happens to line up with this being the Bitcoin bear market, the 4-year cycles, all that stuff, and the next year, you know, it can be a bullish engulfing, and then 2028 expansion. 2028, 2029, top in 2029. No. Yes, top in 2029, and then midterm year down. Never had back-to-back negative years. This might be the first year. We shall see. Bounce. Push. And roll over and die. You know what? I don't think I've ever, not ever, I'm sure I have. It's been a while since I've looked at the NASDAQ on the yearly. That's just crazy. This was the 2000s. This was the .com pop. Look at the progression in these candles compared to like these. Like we need some big expansive moves in here. And I think we're going to get them at some point soon. Some point soon. It's kind of like we're here. I need the Dow and the S&P. I have a short ready at the 15-minute 200. Hey. Barely done. Yeah, I'm it's looking a little bit more. Let's go back down. Let's go down. Let's take a look. Where are we at? 943. Oh yeah. Oh, took the low, pushing. I'm actually in a long currently. I don't know if I said that at the top of the stream or not, but I am currently long, short term, of course. Wait, is it almost at? No, it's not almost at take profit. It's nowhere near. Bing bong. Wait, I got stopped out? Huh? Wait. I did put my stop below this low, but I did not know I put it that close. I mean, that's a freaking... Bro, let me go. What's the price? $58876. Bro. Stopped out by $8. That's annoying. That's annoying. That's hella annoying. This low was 58868. What was this low? 5887. So I did have it just below, like right in between those two. This is where the candle went. Of course. Of course. Thought I gave it more room than that. Well, that sucks. Starting off the week with a loss. Don't like that. Do not like that. That's a nice bullish engulfing. Nice bullish continuation, though. No revenge trades. Money flows red on Blowfin. LBC, I know that BS all too well. I believe you were totally targeted. Nah, I don't believe I was targeted. I don't have enough money in there for them to target me, bro. Ain't no way, bro. They took $9 from me. I think I might. You were who they were targeting. Yeah, I would be in a long, but was in the shower when BTC swept the low. Yo, Rich, he's napping? What? Rich is napping. What's up, Rich? How you doing, bro? Yep, that's how it goes. It be what it do. Let's see, we got a break yet? No. Last two highs? Yep. Now I'll look for a back test. Wherever this stops. We shall see. Man, that's annoying. $8. Should never moved my stop. Should have never moved my stop. That makes me so mad. Anyways. Oh, and I didn't take the Solana long. I did have this one set up. Forgot to set an alert. That's okay. I want to see if this bangs, because talk about a killer entry. Killer entry. She bang. And those are all the targets. Dang, man. Dang. Killer entry. That is sniper entry right there. But I had to get away from the charts today because I did have to. I ended up going to a friend's house to borrow like a floor jack and a caliper compression tool. And I changed my wife's brake pads on her car because they were grinding. Not good. Should have replaced them a couple weeks ago when I said, hey, you need new brake pads. And they were going, why's my viewership dropping off? Is everybody just wants trades? That's all it is. Sorry to disappoint. But look at this. Freaking, it's good. I don't even know if you can see it. Look at that. 69.73. It went down to 69.65. 8 cents. Damn. Son, where'd you find this? Thought I had a Solana long open. Oh wait, I think I closed it. That was earlier though. Summertime probably, bro. Oh, it's all good. Good man. Oh, doing my wife's brake pads. Man, first time that I ever did brake pads like completely alone. Usually, first time was like, oh, oh, oh no. Hold on, get that entry. That entry. Close enough. First time was with my cousin and one of his friends. Second time, the first time was probably with my dad, and then my cousin, and then my best friend, and this time all by myself. It's pretty cool. It's fun. I've been doing more of the car work lately. Kind of enjoy it. I just enjoy using my hands. Ooh, the XRP trade did not play out. I don't know. I mean, I didn't take it, but I don't even. When did I even do this? It had to have been Thursday stream. No bounce. No nice sweep. All ugly. Was this 4 hour? Said it's probably not a bad idea or you know, a reasonable risk to reward. But dead. Now one that is interesting to me that everyone was hype on not that long ago. So XLM. And get rid of that ugliness. But the whole fact that these guys or this XLM is partnered with or just going to be doing like DTCC like settlement essentially for stocks. That's a big deal. It's kind of a really big deal. So this is one of my coins for this upcoming cycle. This is one that I definitely think, in my opinion, it's one of the few alts might be worth accumulating and riding the wave on. She helped bleed them though. Some summertime time probably. YouTube for directional videos for the win. She helped bleed them though, right? Bleed them. What do we need to bleed our brakes for? We ain't gotta bleed them. What you need to bleed them for? The fluid stays in there, man. Just don't disconnect the caliper from the brake line. Still works like a champ. Took the caliper and I zip tied it. It's all good. Yeah. The shock absorber. Zip tied it to that air? No air. No air gets in there. It doesn't come out. I've always bled them. I've never bled them. I mean, mine have always worked on my car and my wife's car and my other cars that I've done with my dad. Yeah, never bled them. Every time I've done it, never had an issue. Don't know why you need to bleed them. They're like made to stay in there, you know. You don't want air. Must be a Tennessee thing. I mean, I guess. Never had any issues. Are you northern? Is that like a where our cars are so rusted from salt that we gotta do these extra things? Is that what it is? Maybe, maybe not. Ugh, ETH, you look like complete dog-ish, bro. I hate this coin. INJ. Heck, even the video I watched on YouTube, man, they said, man, didn't say you gotta bleed the brakes. Must be some old school thing. Yeah, I called you old school. Tennessee thing. Nah, I think it's an old school thing. I don't either. What you're saying makes sense. Okay. Like the fluid it just stays in there. Like it just nothing comes out. So I don't know why you would have to bleed them. Unless you're just wanting to do a clean, like you're just wanting to flush them for some reason. But then you run the risk of getting air in the lines, and that's not good. So yeah, not doing that. Yes, I'm def OG. I'm def not a mechanic, but find myself effing with it too. Yeah. You know, I never really was one to just like work on my car and stuff. But one, it's just expensive. Two, I work with tools every single day, breaking stuff down, tearing it apart, putting it back together. It's kind of my job. So there's not much. A lot of that can transfer over to cars. You just got to have something to go off of. That's why I watch the videos on YouTube. Not usually. When you just swap brake pads, you don't have to bleed the brakes. The system stays sealed. Bleeding's only needed if air gets in the lines, which normally happens when you open the brake fluid reservoir or disconnect the brake lines. That's Grok's response. Hey, well, there you go. That's all I was doing, was swapping the brake pads. Once those wear down, I mean, the rotors really didn't look too bad. Not warped or anything like that, so. Anywho. Gonna go ahead and close it out, guys. Oh. Simple and sweet. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for the ones that stuck around. Make sure you join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button on your way out. All that good jazz, whatever. Hit that notification bell. Join Discord. Follow me on X at Lunar Beaches. And yeah, tomorrow we'll get into more, try to get into some trades. That trade still irks me, but so tomorrow is Monday. Be careful of the false move Mondays. I didn't even look at, what do we have? Do we have any data this week? I know probably like payroll or something, or unemployment. Non-farm employment change. Jobs, JOLTS. We got JOLTS Tuesday. We got ADP, ISM manufacturing, average hourly earnings. So we do have a good bit of economic data this week that could have some temporary impacts on the market. But yeah. No prob, pad shape to the rotor. Yeah, exactly. That's actually exactly what my dad said. I was like, yeah, I think she's probably gonna need to get some new rotors too, but I ain't got the money to spend on that right now. And my dad was like, the brake pad will just fit to the grooves of the rotor. And I was like, I mean, yeah, they probably won't last as long though. Probably not. But they were in good shape, so I don't think it's that bad. But anyways, P talks on, P talks off. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. I do greatly appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep, and I will catch you all then. Mad love. God bless. Ride the waves. Bye.
Put on LBC. I put on LBC. Yeah, I put on LBC. Over LBC. I put on LBC. Over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the wave we ride. I've been grinding through the night, while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on it.